ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Challen here for Forever Football, DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It's review day, and once again, we have lost. We've scored, we've got a goal for the first time in, what, 696 minutes of football? Something ridiculous. Not football, but I think in terms of minutes in the day, I think it's like 696 minutes, for goodness sake. We've got a goal, but we just couldn't hang on to a lead. That's the problem. And we've lost again. And now by, I think we're 3 points from safety this early into the season. We're 3 points away from safety. We are a point clear, bottom of the league. We've conceded 9 goals, scored 1 goal, well, 2 goals now, all season, and conceded 9. Yeah, not looking good right now. Really not looking good right now. All you can do is laugh, because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. It's that bad. It really is that bad. Before we get started, please like the video if you've loved it. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions. Subscribe if you are new around here. Click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. And we're going to get straight into this one. That was embarrassing. Especially that second half. That was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. The first half, there was a couple of bright attacking runs, and, you know, there was a spell in the first half where we looked like we were doing something, and then straight away, we just collapsed. We just conceded an equaliser straight away from the free kick. Way too easy, soft free, not in terms of the decision to for the penalisation, but the actual free kick was too easy to concede, way too easy. Just simple ball in and Wilkin gets his head on it. Second goal, defending was sloppy, defending was poor, and Wilkin gets another goal. And what do we do for the last half an hour? Do we look as if we want to go for an equaliser? Oh, hell no. We sit back and we don't even look like we want to attack. In my opinion, and you know what? You know what? Screw this. There's only one player I saw out there that was trying for 90 minutes, and that was Tommy Rowe. You could arguably make a case for a couple of others, like Jordi Awula, Carl Noyle. Rest of them didn't even look like they were bothered. Didn't even look like it. Matt Smith was awful today. I really hope he improves on that, because that was an awful performance from Matt Smith especially. Why didn't Bostock start? Well, you have your reasons behind that, because obviously he did make some mistakes in the Rotherham match. So you start Matt Smith and give him some game time, but Matt Smith was awful. You bring on Bostock. It's too little too late. I see Wellens' press conference after the match. As part of the reason why we lost, he was having to go at the officials. We saw that at full time as well, going over to the officials. He got a yellow card in the first half. I think it was for sarcastically clapping the ref, but I'm not too sure. But we know Wellens got a yellow card. And the manager just... I think in terms of his actions and what he said in the press conference after the match, you know, saying the officials are this, this and this, and getting a yellow card for whatever he did with the referee, I think the manager's really starting to lose, not in terms of lose the dressing room, but I think in terms of his actions when we're in a losing position. The manager, in some shape or form, is starting to lose the plot. Like I said, I don't mean lose the plot in terms of a lose the dressing room sense. I mean literally lose the plot, as in he will get himself booked for whatever's happened with the officials, and then go over to them at full time. And there's memes being created now with the League 2 badge printed on the referee's face. He walks over to him at full time, and that's what Wellens is staring at, League 2 football. And it's, you see the memes coming out already, and it's, you know, with Crewe getting a point against Shrewsbury as well, it doesn't make our situation any greater, does it? 1 point. In fact, let me just double check. I want to double check, actually, how many games we've played, because I can tell you something now, it's more than 5. I can guarantee you it's more than 5. In fact, I think this is like match day 7, something like that, something ridiculous like that. We've played 6 games. We've got 1 point from 6 games. and the maximum we could get was 18. Maximum was 18. We've got 1 point from 18. And the loss of form started end of last season, back end of last season. We had the same problem that I saw in this match, where in many of the games in the second half of last season, apart from a couple of games, only two, probably 1 or 2, maybe even 3 games, the 3 wins that we got under Butler, what I saw was a consistency in this game was players not trying. And the weird thing is, most of that squad, if not nearly all of that squad, weren't players from last season. Only a couple of players were. Only a couple. It's like, I don't know how much clearer I need to spell it out. Today was embarrassing. It was a shambles. Can't deny that. Even people that, like me, that defend the board or defend the board's decisions sometimes and things like that, even we can't defend that performance today. There are people that are saying give him time. I am going to give him time. I stick to my original stance. I'm giving him until October/November when the 10 to 12 games that he wanted to see where we are played. Then I will decide what my judgment is. People can make their own decisions now. That's fine. My personal opinion is, let's see where we are October/November. Maybe even Christmas. If we get a couple of wins between now and November, or a few wins, let's see where we are in December. Then I'll fully judge where we are and where we're going. If by November we are still bottom of the league on barely any points, I will go out and I will say, yes, maybe this job, despite it being a transitional season, is too big for Richie Wellens. But if we've picked up better form by November, then I'll say, let's see what happens with a January transfer window. If he doesn't get backed in the January transfer window, I won't be surprised if he walked. I really wouldn't. Because it's a shambles at the moment. There's only a couple of bright spots from that game. You know, people were saying after 6-0 on Tuesday, well, how can you pick any bright spots from that? Only a couple of runs. Can't really find any positives in a couple of runs. But at least we were making runs at that point. In this, there's a couple of little positives. Our goal was a good goal. Tommy Rowe, decent goal. Good assisting cross. Another bright spot was our new centre-back, Joseph Olowu. I think he did all right for his debut. I think Dudu had some kind of presence up front at times, especially in the first half. But again, second half, faded with the team. Olowu was decent, didn't really make a mistake. The defender that's got my attention in the worst way is Roshan Williams. And I don't care if I'm being harsh. I will name and shame. Roshan Williams, to me, not a good performance today. Really not a good performance from Roshan Williams at all. Some players played good. Some players played all right. Most of the squad, not good enough in my opinion today. And we seriously need work because we're coming up against a Morecambe side that could do anything to us. On paper, you're thinking, Morecambe to beat Doncaster. It's a real possibility because we're not good right now. And Morecambe, despite today's result against Wimbledon, are good. They can score goals. They could batter us 3-0 if we're not careful. They could batter us 4-5. We could have another 6-0 in our hands. We could break the record and have a 7-0 in our hands at our stadium. That's how good Morecambe are, and that's how rubbish we are at the moment. We need to fix up, seriously. But let's go into this lineup and give you my player ratings from today. The substitutes, Vilka, Bostock and Gardner all get 6s, general 6s, no problems with that at all. But let's go into the starting 11. So, first off, Dahlberg. I'm going to give him a 6. Conceded 2 goals. Can't give him more than 6 for that. Still made a couple of decent saves, though. And overall was that. Let's go into the back 4. Noyle gets a 6. Arguably one of the couple of players trying out there today. Was all right today. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing too bad. Just overall decent. Roshan Williams 5, I think that must be his worst performance this season in my opinion, and I really hope he will fix up for next week against Morecambe. Alowu, 6. I think he had a decent performance for his debut. Decent, showed some good intent. Tommy Rowe, 7. My man of the match for the squad. Got the goal. Overall was one of the only players trying out there. Galbraith in the midfield, 6. I think, again, just alright. Matt Smith, 5. Awful, in my opinion. Not a good performance at all. Needs to improve. Close, 6. Again, alright. Hawula and Seaman on the wings both get 5. Hawula looked like he was trying at times, but they both get 5 because first half they were just quiet. Second half they were even more quieter. It's like we were seeing 2 ghosts on the field. It's like a game of Luigi's Mansion and we were trying to suck in 2 ghosts. And finally, to do up front, I'm going to give him a 6. He had some kind of presence about him at times, but overall still no goals, so no real impact. So we've got Morecambe up next. That should be fun with, you know, Player of the Month Cole Stockton. Not good enough. Really not good enough today. And I worry for that Morecambe game. I really do. And people might say, well, why are you worrying about Morecambe? If you've been living under a rock and you don't know what their season's been like so far, look at what they can do. Despite the results today, Morecambe can score a ton of goals. And if we aren't careful, at the Keepmoat Stadium next Saturday, we could concede a bag full. Yes, we had a bit more attacking intent about us today compared to other games this season, but nowhere near enough. And Morecambe could seriously put damage on us if we're not careful. But there we go, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this review. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more. And for now, I'm Aaron Chandler from Forever Football, DRFC, Keelan the Rovers Life, and that, my friends, is full time. Riverside die. Thank you very much. Wigan, good luck for the season. See you in the reverse fixture. They'll be up there at the league. But us, this could be a long, hard season. A really long, hard season. Rovers till I die, Rovers